All right, guys. Taylor Moton's available to answer questions. Joe, do you want to start us off with your question?
Yeah. Hey, Taylor. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Just wondered, we've been talking to you for a while. I'm kind of curious what your thoughts are with kind of the new COVID protocols and with everything that's gone on the last couple of weeks. Are you still feeling safe and kind of good about where this season's going?
Yeah, I feel very safe. And ultimately, it's something that's really out of my control. All I can control is making sure that I'm doing the right things on and off the field and making sure I'm wearing my mask when I'm supposed to, keeping the distance that they're talking about, and just following the protocols. And from there, that's all I control. So I don't see reason to worry about the rest of what's going on, around the league.
Let's go to Phil Orban and then Will Kunkel.
I was just asking Teddy about this and in game if he knows that he hasn't been sacked, and he said it's more something that he looks back on. As an offensive line, is that something that you guys are aware of? Like, hey, we're keeping the quarterback clean kind of at halftime or in the third quarter, or is that something that you also kind of look back and know you played well, but didn't necessarily realize you played as well as you did?
You mean like as the game's going on?
As the game's going on, midway through, are you saying like we're really playing? We haven't given up anything yet.
Well, for me personally, I don't like to just dwell back on how well we're doing during the game. I like to think about what's next and, if there are any bad plays, how to fix it. And then I've, throughout the years, like to have what's called a one snap and clear mentality. So I had a good rep or I had a bad rep. Either way, I learned from it and see, what can I do better or what's the next play or, what's going on during the game. And after the game, take a little bit of time to look back on how it went, look at the film, and then after that, it's just on to the next week going 1-0 and whoever we're playing. So this week it's the Falcons.
And then if I just how much pride do you guys take as a group when you do realize that Teddy hasn't been sacked and he hasn't really been hit that much?
Oh, we take a lot of pride in it, but at the same time, we're never satisfied with it, and we find a way to get 1% better day in and day out, and just ask what's next. And ultimately, it's not just the offensive line; it's the whole team. It's the running back picking up the blitzes. It's the tight ends going out and pass protecting when they need to. It's the wide receivers and tight ends getting open. It's the quarterback and his pocket presence. So, it's a collective group, not just on all us.
Hey, Taylor, Will here with Fox 46. Been asking all the guys this. Do you view the Falcons as a rivalry game, or is it just the next game and it just means a little bit more maybe because it's in the division?
Ultimately, I understand it's a division game and historically a rival game, but at the end of the day, it's, it's all about just the process and getting better and just going 1-0 this week. And we approach it like we approach it any other week. My practice, habits haven't changed this week. It's the same thing, just figuring out how I can get better and figuring out what these guys do good and what I need to do to improve and get 1% better.
Is there any extra juice in practice? Any extra talk about, we hate the Falcons, let's go kill the Falcons, anything like that?
No, it's just, business as usual, coming in and just trusting the process, getting better.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's go to Miles Simmons and then Joe Person.
Hey, Taylor. What have your just general impressions of Teddy Bridgewater been, especially now playing through the first quarter of the season? And what is his demeanor like when you guys are on a long, sustained drive?
He's a great guy, great player. It's been awesome getting to work with him and protect for him. And ultimately, one of the smartest guys I've been around. And it's just been awesome being able to be out there with him. And as the drive's going on, he shows tremendous leadership skills and definitely someone that you want to play for and give it your all for.
If I may follow up just a little bit, what is it about the leadership skills? Because that's something that we hear a lot about Teddy, but what specifically is it?
It's just the way he manages the game, making sure that we're all in sync and making sure that we're all have the right energy and making sure we're all locked in at the task at hand. And I don't know. It's difficult to explain. You just got to be in the huddle with him, I guess.
Hey, Taylor, something similar to that. Teddy was telling us about Timo, Big Boosie, and all the nicknames he's got for you guys. It seems like he's really made a concerted effort to kind of bond with you guys. I think he goes and meets with your O-line coach every week. What's that been like? Just kind of him, taking that effort and making that, that concerted effort to do that.
It's awesome. Obviously, being in the NFL, we all have a job to do, and my job is to protect for him. But we got a guy like that really cares about you and puts that extra effort in. Just makes it so you really want to play for that guy, protect for that guy. And it's been awesome to see how much effort he's putting into gel with us, and I believe that we have really good chemistry up front, and I'm excited to just continue to build on it and figure out by trusting the process how we can get it even better.
What's your nickname for him?
Oh, I just been calling him Teddy B. Nothing too crazy.
All right, let's go to Elena and then Chris Jenkins.
Hey, Taylor, I was wondering, you're someone who was around Greg Little last year, obviously, as well. Is there anything particularly that you've noticed he's doing better this year, or an area you've seen him improve on, even if it's just off the field stuff now that's not his rookie season?
Yeah, I mean, I've just it's been awesome seeing him coming day in and day out, figuring out what he can do to get better at, and he's really buying into the process and seeing him just put in all the effort at getting better at pass protecting as well as run blocking, and it's awesome to see that come to fruition on Sundays.
Hey, Taylor, it's Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe. I haven't seen in a while, so I want to say congratulations on the birth of Thomas.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Hey, what have been the pros and cons of, there's no fans out there, so what have been the pros and cons of communicating on that offensive line so far this season?
Well, at home games, it's generally quiet when we're on offense. That's how we like it. But away games, not having to go silent count and being able to hear all the calls from the center and the quarterback, obviously that's a really nice thing to be able to do at away games. And it'll be interesting to see how it goes as weeks go on. Things may open up, may not. But ultimately, I guess the biggest difference is, away games, being able to hear and all that.
All right, guys, let's go to Mike Solarte for the last question.
Thanks very much. Hey, Taylor. I know you guys are process driven. You're one game at a time. Next opponent is the most important thing, but human nature would suggest that after 2 wins without arguably the most effective and efficient running back in the league, looking down the road when he returns, it's got to be like, wow, what can we really be when we add this guy back to the mix? Do you allow that thought to creep in, or do you just say, no, we got to go this week and we know we don't have Christian, and you go from there?
Yeah, it's definitely, more the latter. And, I think that Mike Davis, Reggie Bonifon, they've done a great job stepping in that role and doing what's asked of them. And, ultimately it's just me like I said earlier, just control what I control, making sure that whoever's back there, I'm blocking for him in the run game and opening up holes and doing my job to the best of my ability.
All right, Taylor, we appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate you.
All right, we'll see you.